Hey FemTVers, I'm Amanda.
I'm Katora.
And we're also doing this episode as a crossover event, so hello flirters.
Hi flirters.
This is Katora, this is my FemTV blog partner. So today we're going to be talking about, we're going to title the episode, Pain is Beauty.
Ooh.
We're going to talk about some personal stories and what we think about certain beauty rituals and the pain behind it all.
Yeah. So I'm just going to ask the rhetorical question to the viewers, because obviously you guys can't answer back right now. What comes to mind when you think pain is beauty? You've always heard it since a little girl. Mainly girls hear it. I don't really think guys hear that pain is beauty. But I'm sure the guys who get their eyebrows waxed, they know what that means. But what comes to mind when you think pain is beauty? I can start with my analysis of it. So since a little girl, I feel like I've been hearing this saying, whenever something hurt, ow, you hear another woman say, well, beauty is pain, you know, and I mean, that woman symbolizes the feminine police. So the feminine police, we've talked about like 1 or 2 times in our like other episodes, but the feminine police is the person that will always keep you in line with how you're supposed to be as a female. And so that's where this like beauty is pain, pain is beauty thing comes. So my thought on it is that like the older I get, the more I think that it's complete BS. Beauty is supposed to be natural. It shouldn't be painful. It's not something that should be painful. And I, you know, recently gotten a Brazilian wax for the first time. And I'm just going to dive in.
Literally.
Yep. And it was the most painful thing I've ever gotten in my life. I mean, you see all the tattoos that I have, like, more painful than any tattoo. Even more painful than this tattoo near the elbow. Like, oh my God, I cried. I literally cried. And it wasn't worth it. Like, and right afterwards, I told my best friend, oh my God, like, I just got a Brazilian wax. Like, I felt like crying afterwards just thinking about the experience I just went through. And she was just like, oh, you're a little beep. And she's like, you can't even take the pain, da da da. And it just like, it was so painful. And the hair grew back in like 2 to 3 weeks. Like, I feel like it should have never grown back. That's how painful it was.
Yeah.
I'm just going to start off with that.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some painful beauty experiences. I've been getting facials since I was 10 or 11, and they essentially go in and they like pop all your pimples and like take them out, and it's very, it can be very rough on your skin.
Wait, isn't there a myth that you're not supposed to pop your pimples because it's like an open wound for like bacteria to go in?
Well, I mean, they're like estheticians, they're professionals, so I guess they know how to do it. I mean, I've never had a problem like with getting facials, but there's about 15 minutes where I'm like holding on to the chair because it is painful, especially like in some sensitive areas, like around your mouth, this area, and like next to your nose. It can be really painful. And then also, I used to wax my eyebrows. That was painful. Don't do that anymore. But I do tweeze, and that's still painful. So yeah, that's not fun. And then,
But was you beautiful afterwards?
I don't know. Beautiful.
It's a temporary thing, you know, like when your eyebrows are done, you're like, oh wait, I'm beautiful. And then the hair grows back, and then you remember, was the pain worth it?
Yeah, and I don't even shape mine. Like, my sister yells at me because, well, she used to yell at me.
The feminine police again?
Yeah, the feminine police. Because she's like, you need to shape your eyebrows and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'm just cleaning them up where they're naturally supposed to be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's interesting. We can talk about...
I'll talk about, like, my first relaxer I've ever gotten. Right now, I don't have a relaxer. But my first relaxer I've ever gotten was when I was 11, and it burned. I felt like my scalp was gonna just fall off, and everybody's just like, oh, it's okay, it's supposed to feel like that, and it's like, this feels like obviously unnatural, but it just was like, oh my god, like I was crying again, another crying experience.
And it's chemicals put on your
head.
And
it ended up just like, frying my hair. Like I had to cut all of my hair off and start all over again. It obviously that story shows you that again, the pain was not worth the beauty, and the beauty was a temporary thing. We can talk about
the first time we shaved. Oh.
First time you shaved.
The first time I shaved, I think I was in 5th or 6th grade. I decided to shave my legs. I really didn't need to because I have like really light hair, but everyone else was doing it, so I decided to do it. I remember I was at the Celtics game with my family. I think it was on like Easter or something, and my mom just like happened to brush up against me because I had like capris on or something, and she's like, "Oh my god, you shaved!" and like she freaked out, and I think because it's kind of like a rite of passage for like womanhood, she wanted to like show me. She was more concerned that I like might have hurt myself because I didn't know how to properly shave. But I hate shaving.
Yeah, it's again another temporary thing. Well, the first time I ever shaved was my legs, and I didn't consult with my mom either, and I guess I did it wrong. And all these bumps came all up and down my legs. It was so disgusting. The red bumps. Yeah, like they was red and they was like all over my legs. Ugh.
And they get itchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I know. Well, yeah, and I have like sensitive skin, and then using the what is it called? The razor, but they have that like strip of that stuff, and that that's wicked irritating.
And it gets all like soggy.
Yeah, it gets gross after like 2 days. I'm like, all right, I'm not using this anymore.
Exactly.
And then first time makeup.
The first time I started wearing makeup was in the 9th grade, and I wanted to wear makeup so bad. It was eyeliner. And, like, it was, like, the next day I didn't wear eyeliner, and everybody reminded me that I didn't have eyeliner on, Like, it's not a painful thing. It's not painful. But it's painful to know that you're going to have to put it on every day if you want to look the same. Mm-hmm. That, like, it's, like, the natural you now doesn't, like, justify it for people around you. Like, they're going to be like, oh, are you tired? Are you sick? Do you need water? Like, you look like you have black circles around your eyes. Like, they're just going to keep reminding you of what you look like, what you don't want to look like. And that alone is going to make you want to keep putting the makeup on.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I look tired when I don't have makeup on.
Isn't that crazy?
I mean, I don't look, like, really different because I don't use a ton of makeup. I just do, like, cover-up and mascara and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I probably look like a little younger and a little bit more tired. I definitely like those dark.
I feel like what people try to describe what tired is, it's like completely different from what your natural face looks like. It's like with makeup, it brightens your eyeballs in a way that like you just naturally don't have. It's like when you look at a doll, does she have natural like dark circles around her eyes like somebody who still never even put makeup on? It's kind of like when you Photoshop your pictures, like it looks completely different from what it looks like without the Photoshopped version. It's perfected, it's brightened, it's exciting, it's all these things that your face doesn't naturally do. And makeup does that.
Yeah.
So,
I guess I started wearing makeup when I was like 8th or 9th grade, so I was like 13, 14. And again, I did it because everyone else was doing it. I wore, like, mascara. I didn't really wear too much. I wasn't really shown how to wear makeup or whatever. I kind of just did it. Like, I started using my mom's, and then I bought my own. It wasn't really that big of a deal. And I've never been, like, I don't wear a ton of makeup, so it's never been, like, a huge thing for me, so.
Well, I started wearing it just because it seemed like something I've always wanted to do. Like, I didn't do it because other people did it. It seemed like it was such a beautiful thing. Like,
yeah, or maybe
eyeliner,
like, yeah, you were like, I was more like curious about it, like what I would look like with it on.
It's like it's an artistic expression that
once
like,
you start, you don't stop though.
it's an addiction too. It is. It's because you want to keep looking
For
like that
some
thing.
people,
Yeah.
it's an addiction.
I don't know, man. Like, for the longest time, my best friend did not wear eyeliner, nothing. She didn't have anything against it, she just didn't know how to put it on. Now, she wears it, and she loves it to the point where she's like, I am high on eyeliner. Like, she's
That's
like,
ridiculous.
she's like, I don't want to not wear it. Like, it's just like, it just makes you look fabulous. You just, like, always want to look
fabulous.
good. Yeah, I mean, if makeup didn't make me look good, I wouldn't wear it. You know?
Yeah, if it made you look like a corpse, you wouldn't wear it.
Yeah, or if it made me look like a clown, I don't know. It didn't make me look good, pretty much. So, pretty much, what I'm trying to explain with the whole idea of pain is beauty, like, we've been hearing this since we've been kids.